Hi, so for question 9, we're going to look at this bearings question. So what is the bearing of point B from point A? So this is 1 mark and it is some basic book work here. So there are 3 axioms to bearings. First one is taken from north. Taken from north, always taken clockwise. And the third one is always 3 digits. So the 3 axioms are taken from north, taken clockwise, and they are 3 digits. So we want the bearing of point B from A. So the important word here is from. So what we do, we center at A. So important thing here for bearings, really important. Center at the point it's coming from, and you line the north line up with 0. So here, lined up with north. So we want to know what, essentially, this angle here is, the whole thing. So this here would be 180 because it's a straight line, and then this is 55. So the answer would be 180 plus 55. So just quickly, 180 plus 55 is 235 degrees, and that's 3 digits already, so no change is needed. What is the bearing of point A from point B? So what we do here, we add the north line to point B, so north line will always be straight up. So now again, using the 3 axioms of bearings, so taken from north, taken clockwise, must be 3 digits. So lining this up with 0, I would say that this line here, approximately 62 degrees, I would say. So this angle here is approximately 62 degrees. So the bearing of point A from B, so from B to get to A, is 62 degrees, but because it's a 2-digit number, we can't write it as a bearing, so the bearing would be 062, and that is something to be careful of because it is 1 mark. If you put 62, you would not get the mark for that. So because it is one of the axioms of bearings that it be 3 degrees. So points P, Q, R, and S are all 5 kilometers apart from point all 5 kilometers from point X. P is on a bearing of 0.05 from X. Q is at a bearing of 100. R is at a bearing of 240 from X, and S is at a bearing of 355 from X. Which of these 2 points are the closest together? Are closest to each other? Okay, so I can see by looking at it that it's P and S, but let's go through this formally. So if I just make a point X, so if I give myself a north line and I construct these bearings, you don't really need to too much if you just imagine where they're going to be. So this 0.05 is going to be here, going in this direction. And then this S is going to be here, nearly at a full circle, going in this direction. So these 2 are going to be very close to each other. Whereas Q is going to be down here, and R is going to be over here. So it's definitely going to be S and P that are the closest together. But let's do it formally. In the exam, truthfully, I would encourage thinking like this as opposed to actually doing it as a sketch. So there's the point. Let's do 0.05. So there. And then let's do 335. So that would be 5 here. And then let's do 100, so that would be here. And then the last one is 240, which if this is 180 all the way around here, we need 60 more to get to 240, so this would be here. Okay, so here's point S. It is, well, the bearing is the point R. So point R is along this line. It's not that point specifically, but it's along there. This one here is where point Q is along. It's along this line somewhere. And then this is point P by here, and this is point S by here. So the two that are closest together indeed are P and S.